Father knows I wasn't even planning on picking up my phone talking about anything. But I'm just going through a few of my videos here, and something was quickened in my spirit, about what I've dealt with all my life, being called corny and whatnot. And it was within my spirits, like, yeah, I've always been called corny, particularly by my own nation of people, my own people, they've always called me corny, and I've always been the outcast. I grew up in the hood, and amongst my own people, bro, I was an outcast, and I was considered corny, but nah, it was just that I was too real for them. They wanted me to pretend and put on the fake and pretense like them, but I was always 100% authentic when I wasn't even trying to be 100% authentic. Like, bruh, I was just always me. It's not hard to be me. The only thing that made it hard was this reality that I had to grow up in. All you self-righteous people that kept trying to put your reality on me. Let me live in my own reality, okay? Because my reality don't merge and don't mix with your reality. Like, I don't live from the head. I live from the heart. Okay? I am not who I have been taught to think I am. Okay? I have went inside. I know who I am. I don't need validation from men. I don't need mortal validation. I don't need crowd support or any of that. I have walked alone for years and have no problem with it. Now, granted, yes, when, bruh, coming into the knowledge of who I was and all of that, I've always pretty much been a loner, okay? Let's just get that out the way. I've pretty much always been a loner and an outcast, okay? I have never been the type to have a large group of friends except for once in my life, and it was a group of white boys, okay? This was when I was working in fast food restaurants. I was working at Rex's Chicken, okay? And we all smoked bud together. So we all like clicked that way, okay? But I was the only black in the group, okay? So-called black, alright? And they were all white boys, okay? Now, I ain't even mean to get off on that. But they all did accept me for who I was. They were the only damn people that would accept me for who I was, bruh. My own damn people never accepted me for who I was. So I already knew that I was going to have to face the brew community with this, how I was born and all of that, because they put so much emphasis on the outer package. As if that has anything at all to do with righteousness, bruh. Your outer package has nothing at all to do with righteousness, except for whether you cover it or not, okay? Now, I didn't even mean to get off on that. I'm just saying, bruh. I started off talking about how people used to consider me corny, okay? Because and the Father just gave me this revelation that I was not corny. Okay? Corny to them is authentic to me. I'm authentic. I wasn't a pretender. I said what was on my mind and upon my heart. I always keep it real. And people do not like that. I've never really been the witty type. I never really been the type to, I ain't never been one for crude jokes and, these things, and just, bruh, I don't play into this world's propaganda. Okay, so I stick out like a sore thumb. I'm awkward like that. People expect you to say, the opposite of what you mean or the opposite of how you feel. And this is supposed to be funny, but because I say, the truth and how I really feel, I can't even explain to you. It's been so many awkward moments like that in my life. And I use this platform to bare my soul, bro, because this is who I always have been. Though all my life people have been trying to suppress this, suppress me, my authenticity, my sincerity, my realness, truth, knowledge, divine inspiration. All of these things, my whole entire life, I've already naturally had these things. But all my life, I have been beat down and oppressed, forced and made to feel like I was wrong and everything that was within me was wrong, and that there was something wrong with me because I cannot adapt to this system. Like as if this system was something that was divinely inspired by the Most High. This was literally the kingdom of Satan that I grew up in. But all my life in church, I was made to believe it came from God. But now I know that the God that it came from is a false God. It ain't the rightful God of this world. It's the one that said he would set himself up like the Most High. He thought himself to usurp the one that has been given the keys to all things. The Hamashiach, the ascended master that's coming back for his people. You have been blinded. You have been living in Satan's kingdom, and you have been comfortable in it. I came out with that video not too long ago. Let me scroll back up here. I just came out with that video. You live in illusion. I came out with that melody a lot of people hating on. Where is it at? I know I did that. There it is. 2 weeks ago. You've been comfortable in Lucifer's kingdom. Okay? Right after I did the video, take your quarrel against me to the Most High. How many of you have done that? How many of you have truly humbled yourself and approached the throne of the Father and asked about me? How many of you have really approached the Father humbly and asked about me? Understanding the fact that there are false gods out there that play on your jealousy and your envy and your hatred, your ridicule, all of these things that you got against me, all these odds you have against me when I have not done anything to anyone. I have only merely shown love to everybody. So the fact that you got some kind of quarrel against me, that's something that you're going to have to take up with the Father. And if you want to hear from the true Father, you're going to have to humble yourself like that of a child. How? If you're truly seeking the Father, if you're truly seeking the all power of love and life, don't you think that you got to come to him the way that he told you got to come to him? Don't you think that you have to humble yourself as a child like he told you? Unless you humble yourself as a child, you shall in no wise inherit the kingdom. Part of inheriting the kingdom is able to approach his throne and petition him. Ask him questions. So if you have yet to humble yourself as a child, do children have a whole bunch of preconceived ideologies in their mind about social conditioning and all of these things that's been set up upon this earth? Do they have 20, 30, 40 plus years under their belt of being indoctrinated with a cold heart against anybody that is different from them? Do they? Don't you think it would be wise to rethink yourself? The Messiah said, you can only get to him through him. Now, why did he say that? That he is the way, the truth, and the life. You got to know his doctrine in order to understand why he said that. He's not saying that he's above the Father. He's not saying that he's better than the Father. It's just the fact that he came here and he did what we were supposed to do. Okay? And now he is the ascended master. So we have to follow in his footsteps. We have to do what he did. Okay? That is the way, the truth, and the life. He showed us how it was done. Now it's up to us to follow. His sheep hear his voice and they follow. Do you get it yet? No, but no, you want to make it all about surface level religion. Because that's the easy, broad road. The hard road is to humble yourself and accept the fact that you don't know everything. Humility is hard. I will admit that, yes. Accepting the fact that you've been lied to all your life, that's a hard pill to swallow. But swallow it you will if you want salvation. The Messiah told you to love one another, but you're disregarding that law. You're disregarding the most important law of love in order to hold dogmatic beliefs in your heart against those that are different from you. Not all of them are wicked. Not all of them are sexually immoral. You have to change your mindset. Just because the wicked powers that be put these wicked people out in front of you as they carry out their agendas to make you think that all people are this way, that are associated with them or that identify the same as them, it don't make it so, bruh. You shall know them by their fruit. Not by titles, not by outer packages, okay? The outer appearance is trivial. You people put way too much emphasis on a physicality, but yet you ignore the spirituality that is within a person to help you elevate. Clearly, I'm not of this world, yet you don't have the eyes to see. This is just an interjection, bruh, because I didn't plan this audio, but I never plan them. But I want to make sure that I get all of these that I had coming before, the cutoff date. Because there is no guarantee that someone is going to take heed to the leading of the Spirit. In all honesty, I don't know what the Father's plans are on that. It wouldn't make sense to me for him to take me away when I have so much on my plate. No, that don't make sense to me in my human mind, or even on a spiritual level. But me knowing the type of days that we're living in, and the cold hearts of people, and the amount of hate that I've received my whole life, you know, there's a high percentage chance that most people are going to ignore the tap in the spirit to assist. So, though I trust in the Father and I have faith, the faith and trust that I have is that His will be done, and that He's with me no matter what happens, you know. At the same time, I'm preparing my heart for the worst. And to me, the worst is to lose the internet, you know. And the next worst would be to be homeless, you know. But though I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, I'm just saying that whatever happens, I'm in the Father's hands. And I want to be okay with whatever happens. Because honestly, I have no control over it. It's out of my hands. So if it's out of my hands and I have no control over it, I'm completely in the Father's hands. So that's whatever the Father deems I need to go through, you know. Hell, I've been going through the fire my whole damn life, you know. And in my opinion, you know, I really feel like I don't want to go through any more fire, you know. I feel like I'm on the brink of, you know, blessings flowing and rain pouring down, you know, for once in my life, you know. But who am I to say that that's what's going to happen, you know? Though it does line up with the prophecies, it lines up with the confirmation that I've received. But, you know, I'm just saying, bro, I don't know. I just want to be prepared for whatever happens, you know. But I'm not going to keep this long. Because this is an interjection, I might go ahead and add this to the playlist. And, you know, it should be pretty short. I'm not going to keep it long at all. I'm getting ready to get off of here. I have the next one coming is going to be His Will Be Done. Okay? So, that being said, shalom.